Welcome to the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session. This weekend's night race will definitely be a challenge for some of the drivers, as not all of them have driven under lights before, so they'll need to quickly adapt to the conditions.
They would have already acclimatised and configured their normal race weekend routine to a night schedule, but I can't wait to see which driver gets up to speed the quickest in these conditions.
It's still taking some getting used to, seeing Sebastian Vettel in the red of Ferrari this season.
After so many years racing in the Red Bull colours, it's going to take a while to adjust to Seb in that Ferrari. They'll be hoping he can add to his 4 world titles with them and bring back some glory days to Maranello.
Well, it's hard to argue he hasn't done that much at least. Hey guys, Harrison Mechanic once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to round 4 of our Sebastian Vettel Championship season here on F1 2015 as the crazy train heads to Bahrain. One of my favourite tracks, funnily enough, also one of the easiest. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not, but last time out we went to China, started from the back in a race that had a lot of changeable conditions in it, and we came through with a dominating victory, mostly down to the fact that the AI are bums in the wet. Surprise, surprise, just like last year's game. Anywho, just to keep you guys heads up what's going on, hopefully I'm going to try and record more than 1 episode a week of this now, because I think MotoGP is going to be on a little bit of a break while that season's finished. I think I'm going to let that one settle for a little bit, so I'm going to record a lot of F1 between now and then. And yeah, here's hoping we can have a good one. Again, going to be from the back in this one. I'll analyse the grid before we get going. I don't really want to start from the front because I just don't want to dominate. I think it's more fun if I do it that way. But yeah, we'll catch you guys in a bit. Roberto Mehi faster than Jenson Button in practice. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Holy shit! Mercedes slaughtered the field. Hamilton was 1.2 seconds faster than anyone. And then Rosberg was 1.3 seconds faster than Massa in 3rd. Did Raikkonen just not bother? Daniil Kvyat, fastest of the best of the rest challenge, I suppose. He outqualified Carlos Sainz in 7th, that's nice. Ricciardo, Ericsson in P9 outqualifying his teammate by half a second. Jensen in 16th. Will Stevens down the bottom. Yeah. Well, that's your grid. Let's head to the race.
It's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening here in Sakhir, and that means it's nearly time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It was a blistering lap time from Lewis Hamilton in qualifying yesterday. If he gets a clean start away from the grid today, he might be untouchable.
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in 2nd and 3rd can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
Kimi Raikkonen has been outperforming his fellow world champion teammate throughout this weekend, so he'll hope to continue doing so through the race this afternoon.
The first person any Formula One driver wants to beat is his teammate. And never has that been truer than at Ferrari, where we've seen a sizzling intra-team rivalry between 2 ex-world champions.
Well, winning this one might be difficult given Lewis Hamilton's driving at the moment like he's on steroids. Right, we're at the back. Wonder if I'm going to do what I did last time, get on the primes from the start, push hard on that, and then really go into chase down mode on the options later on in the race. I won't get as much of an advantage as I've done in previous occasions because there's going to be 2 option stints, but I'd have to wait and see. So aiming for maybe 12 laps on the prime tyre, then 2 roughly 9 lap stints, or 8 or 9 lap stints on the option tyres. I think that's how we're going to do this. As I mentioned before, default setups. I'm not touching it. I'm going full X-Madi G on this one. I probably won't start using setups till round 10 or something. In the meantime, here we go. Let's do this. The Bahraini Grand Prix. Good start. Ish. Whoa, what was Max Verstappen doing there? Taking it very easy into turn 1 here, because you see Max just suddenly lunge it out there. Whoa. Whoa! And taken out by Roberto Mehi. Because of course. And that was me being ultra tentative into turn 1 and 2. Button runs it wide and then no awareness at all of my car being there. Okay, let's try this again. Give him all the room in the world on that one. Whoops, there may have been contact there. But again, these guys are going very slowly on the start there. Whoa! Verstappen! Okay, that's kind of my bad in the first place. But then, I got the line there. What is Max doing? Seriously? Side by side with Hulkenberg here. Again, going very slowly. Can we, in the words of Wade Barrett, can I please have some decorum? Bit of a wheel bam, we're going side by side with Verstappen up the hill. Nice. Lol, Bahrain, low chance of rain. I ran that wide there. I really should be giving that back, but Pastor's so far back. I don't even know why that is. The fault setup's got a bit of understeer in it, I think. Past Grosjean. Perez runs a bit slow there, going the outside into the hairpin. Left the room and we got it. Yeah, nicely done. I'll have some of that. Braking for that corner is so difficult, man. It's so easy just to run it off wide off the track. It's really hard to get. Because you've got to brake earlier than you think you have to. It's the weird thing about that corner. As a slow on the exit. Around the outside of the Saubers, nice. Now they're getting to the big boys, Ricciardo and Kvyat. Once again, Kvyat ahead of Ricciardo, because that's been the trend in real F1 these days. And they're both behind Carlos Sainz. Let's see if we can pick up a bit of speed here. Three wide into the hairpin. Not sure why Kvyat was going so slow on the exit there, but we're up into 6th place. The funny thing is that I actually did a practice run for this race a little bit a couple of days ago, and my capture card wasn't working. Managed to fix it. I actually played this on Legend difficulty. I used one of Arav's setups. Congratulations to him on the 50,000, by the way. Much deserved. One of the best in the community, if not the very best in the community. So well done to Arav on the 50k, by the way. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. In the meantime, yeah, I did this on Legend difficulty, and the funny thing about it was I did actually win the race with a proper qualifier and everything. I did actually win, and I do find that a little bit funny. But I think that's more down to the fact that one, I was still able to manipulate the AI a little bit in terms of defensive driving, for one. And second of all, the thing is that I did not have fun playing it. I was on maximum concentration when I could barely talk. Like, trust me, if I'd won an expert, it might be a little bit more satisfying. It might be a little bit more tense at the end, but man, it would have been so boring. Also seen Raikkonen in a great wall now with the Williams drivers. This is kind of weird. And also, it looks like Massa's going quite slow, funnily enough. But yeah, I did actually win for the first time ever on Legend difficulty. And it kind of confirmed my suspicions that, yeah, I'm closer to Legend than I am Expert, if I'm honest with myself. But unfortunately, the reality of the situation is I'm not good enough to be at it consistently, and I actually want to have fun while playing this game, as opposed to feel like I'm obligated to play on the highest difficulty because the F1 community has got such an elitist attitude to everything. Come on, out of the way, Felipe. This is like the microcosm of Felipe Massa's career right here. Whoa! I had to dive that down there at the last second because Raikkonen did not like that. Okay, Kimmy, I see how this is. If you're not going to pass these Williams, I will. Also, it's funny, for all the talk that Felipe Massa's linked with, also Bottas is linked with his Ferrari seat for next year, Massa's doing a very good job of keeping Bottas honest. Have you noticed that? There's only 3 points between them this season. They can give Hulky a call soon. And the switch. Hairpin. No, Bottas holds it around the outside. Nicely done. The soft tyres having a bit more grip round here is probably going to help for now. Not the outside around here, surely. Oh. Whoa, a bit of wheel banging. What a warning for that. And yes, yeah, that was a bit close to the mark, that one. Raikkonen tries managed to hold it around the outside again. These Williams are playing hard to get. That was my best Ricciardo impression. For God's sake. Right, we've got to go right out of this corner. Come on. There we go. We're in clear air. Nicely done. How far back are we from the Mercedes then? 10 seconds already. Okay, this could be a bit of a struggle. Well, let's get the obvious Hungarian Grand Prix talk out of the way, shall we? First of all, what an astonishing race that was. I mean, probably the best race I've seen since Canada 2011, I would say. That was a 9.5 on my scale of awesomeness. I absolutely adored that race. It was a little dull to start off with, but it had drama all the way through the grid. It was thoroughly captivating, and, you know, everything after the safety car was pretty crazy as well, and really unpredictable and awesome. You know, we even had the possibility of Daniel Ricciardo winning a Grand Prix again, and I was like, no, not again, Ricciardo. Go away, you were enough of a pest last year. In the meantime, looks like we're going around, we're doing pretty much the exact same pace as the Mercedes on the prime tyres as to what they're doing on their used options, which I guess is a good sign. From what I remember, the primes, also the options, last about 9 laps around here, so they should be in next time around. but the gap's been about 10.1, 10.2 the whole time. Oh, isn't it crazy as well how the race had Red Bulls 1, 2, 3 and 4 from the Red Bull Driver Academy? Little old Max Verstappen there in 4th place. I think that's the best result Toro Rosso's had since China 2007. 2008, sorry, actually, where Vettel came in 4th that day too in China. That kid can drive, I'll say that much. I don't think Verstappen deserved a 9 like Sky Sports' terrible reporting did in their race ratings article, but hey, sometimes it pays to keep a cool head and being in the right place at the right time. That's how we had Verstappen 4th, we had Fernando Alonso 5th, Jenson Button 8th, even Marcus Ericsson got in the points on that day, so, you know, I guess you could say thank you Nico Hulkenberg's front wing failure, as you do. I know people have asked me as well, what did you make of the 2 major incidents? First of all, Hamilton drove like a pillock yesterday. There's no getting around this statistic, it just is. He locked up, you know, he locked up into the gravel on lap 1. Then he accused Nico of squeezing him, which wasn't the case. Nico's line was perfectly valid in my opinion. I don't think he did anything outside of normal rules to suggest that he did something wrong at all. So again, I don't buy that argument for a minute. And then he understeered right into the side of Ricciardo's car, and I thought that was completely needless from Lewis, especially on aging tyres. He took an almighty lock up. Next thing you know, he's in the gravel. It's just, well, in the gravel, but yeah, he's got a broken end plate. He's got to change his front wing, and then he was given a drive-through, and it was completely deserved. Disappointed in Lewis. I think that was one of the worst performances I've seen him in a car since he got into Formula 1. Just 2 bonehead mistakes, really, and you know, it was a decent recovery to finish in 6th, all things considered, but I think that's mostly down to the fact that that car is friggin' broken, quite frankly, as opposed to Hamilton's supposedly superior driver skill, because he drove like a bum today, or yesterday I should say, and, you know, I expect better from a guy that everyone hails as the best driver in the world, you know. Rosberg wasn't much better. He was slow. He was slow, and then Mercedes screwed him over with a terrible call to put him on the prime tyres after the safety car, not the options. I don't know why they didn't just do that. According to Toto, they were 1 lap away from being able to make them work, which makes the question not to run the softs even stupider. Like, where's Shia LaBeouf when you need him, really? I mean, if you're 1 lap shy, just take the 1 lap. If you pass Vettel after the safety car, you'll be gone by the time you got to worry about the tyre wear of the tyre anyway, so just do it. Right. In for our first scheduled stop onto the option tyre. We got the prime out of the way, we're up into 3rd place, net 3rd place. Hamilton just goes purple with a 35.8. So let's see where we settle up into this. Here comes Rosberg coming through, I think. That is indeed Rosberg. 7 seconds behind Rosberg. And he looked quite a far way back from Hamilton, to be fair, as well. It looks like Rosberg may have been the victim of the stupid glitch in the game where the AI will box both cars on the same lap and the car at the back gets screwed every time. Such a stupid and needless glitch that they still haven't fixed. Holy crap, they took a second out of Rosberg in the middle sector alone. What the hell? Want to know a fun fact as well? It actually rained during my legend race. I actually did this. Rain. In Bahrain. Has that ever happened since they started coming here in 2004? I don't think it has, you know. If it has, somebody feel free to let me know in the comments. If it happens, I'll give you a shout out. 34-4. Statement of intent. Let's go. You know, when the game gets it going like this, you know, the Bahrain nightlife in the sky, and you're playing at 60 frames, and, you know, the car feels great. The tyres are kind of fresh. I love this game. I really do. It's the rest that's the problem. If this game was technically perfect, I could say it was a decent base to build on for the future. Cody's, man. Cody's. I'm seriously considering whether I even buy another game again. I'm not even joking. YouTube is not going to bother me to the point where not playing an F1 game is going to bother me. It's nice to have, but I'm not going to force it if I don't like it. And at the moment, Cody's don't deserve my money. Here comes Rosberg. We got DRS? Yes, we do. Bang. Just about got it stopped. So now he got 7 seconds to get to Lewis Hamilton. Well, I like a challenge. We got, what, 13 laps to do it in? The only upside is that I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying Hamilton's still yet to run the prime tyre. So he should be faster in our final stint. We're looking good for the win here again. Hamilton is definitely faster than Rosberg this race, though, that's for sure. Hamilton's left Rosberg for dead round here. Which, again, is hardly surprising if you watch the real-life version of this race. Is that Hamilton? I think that's Hamilton in the pits. It is indeed. Hamilton in the pits. We retake the race lead. I mean, if I wanted to be ultra-conservative, I could stop now, put the primes on, and easily make the end. I don't need another option stint if I can avoid it. Let's make it a bit more interesting. Let's put the prime tyres on again. I don't know if the options can last 9 laps. I don't want to risk that. And I can feel them starting to go now, so I think going on the prime is the safer option. We can push it to the limit fuel-wise. You can go to fuel mix free for the rest of the way. It's just I want to get these prime tyres on and see what happens. Here we go. This is going to be close. Good stop from Ferrari 2.3. We'll happily take that. Where is Hamilton? He's just crossed the line now. This is going to be close. Hamilton comes through, retakes the race lead. Well, in the state of play is like this. Hamilton pitted on lap, I think, 18. So we are on 3 lap fresher tyres than him. We're 1.5 seconds behind. Let's see if we can push and get him. If I've replicated Rosberg's done goof from Hungary this past weekend, I'm going to look really friggin' stupid, aren't I?
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Here we go. DRS open. And we got him. Safe as houses. Or is he? Hamilton's coming back. He ran that a little bit wide through that corner as well. Okay, this wasn't quite as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. So we got him. 1.3 seconds. We got him. We're in the clear. Just got to stop making silly mistakes and just get my head down. Still so much fuel left. I can't burn it fast enough. The amount of... Are you serious? I'm saving the environment. You guys should be thanking me in the comments. Oh, look at this shit right here. What is this? Verstappen holding everybody up. Out of the way, fellas. That's right, Pastel. You got the right idea. Who would have thought Pastor Maldonado would be the voice of impending reason? So much more grip than Max there. It's actually quite fun to pass the time by overtaking back markers. Ericsson, what were you doing? You've seen the blue flags. I'm coming up behind you, and what do? You park it on the apex at like 10 miles an hour. What is he doing? Fucking pillock. Well, what a thoroughly delightful Sunday drive this has been. I mean, the pace was excellent. Everything went to plan. Didn't even have to go for the optimum strategy because we knew what we could do. We knew our pace was good, and you know, it's ended up being a fairly comfortable win in the end. I'm glad we managed to get it done. As we come round the final corner, we're going to win our third race on the bounce. We take the checkered flag and win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Get in there. Look at that, Nico Rosberg actually made the podium for the first time this season.
So Sebastian Vettel takes the win after an imperious drive today. It was a well-deserved victory as well for the German driver.
It was a brilliant performance, and when you drive like that, the feeling of winning is even sweeter.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Well, we won the race by 9 seconds in the end. It wasn't a complete landslide by any stretch. I didn't really feel like putting any options on at the end now. I felt like we could win it on the primes, and I'm glad that we did and we were able to pull that off. So, very happy with myself on that. I think that was a great performance. We take the win. Lewis Hamilton in second. Nico Rosberg, like I said, gets his first podium of the season in third place ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. 26 seconds further back in fourth ahead of Valtteri Bottas fifth. Daniel Ricciardo sixth. Felipe Massa seventh. Romain Grosjean eighth. Felipe Nasr in ninth there, and Carlos Sainz getting the final point in 10th position ahead of Hülkenberg, Ericsson, Button in 13th. Great result from Button there. A great turnaround for him. Verstappen 14th, Perez down in 15th, Kvyat down in 16th. You have to stop the extra time. I'm not sure why that is. Ahead of Pastor Maldonado in 17th place. Alonso 18th, Stevens, and then Merhi to round off the field. So, Drivers' Championship as it stands, we now have a 27-point lead over Lewis Hamilton in second with 66 points. Raikkonen in third with 52, ahead of Bottas with 48. Ricciardo on 42, then Massa with 26. And you can see Rosberg now starting to climb up the board now. Is up to 23 points and in 7th place, but he's already 70 behind us after just 4 rounds. It's not a good sign. Over on the Constructors' Championship board, the gap's gone down a little bit. It's now 56 points as opposed to 50. Ferrari in first place ahead of Mercedes in second with 89 points, overtaking the Williams team with 74, Red Bull with 56. Then it's a long way back to Sauber with 12, ahead of McLaren with 9, alongside Toro Rosso also with 9, Lotus with 7, and Force India with 3. Force India 9th in the Constructors through 4 rounds. That's a bit of a surprise. Man are still the only team without a point. But yeah, I thought that was a really enjoyable race. I like there's a little bit of twilight now with Bahrain as a light race, as opposed to just being dark all the way through. It does actually get darker as time goes on. It's a nice touch. And it was kind of a chaotic race at the start, but we managed to settle down quite nicely. And on the whole, no major complaints. I think that went about as well as I could have hoped it could have gone, and I just hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Again, very enjoyable for me to drive from the back and just enjoy the experience. And hopefully more to come. So until next time, I've been Harrison101. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.